Stay tuned for today's Antidote, brought to you by the Renegade Success Network. Today's Antidote features a healthy dose of thought-provoking insights and information for business owners, entrepreneurs, leaders, and nonprofit professionals. Each day since March of 2020, this program has offered that one thing to help you continue on your own unique pathway to success. And now, Renegades, we bring you Bob Graham and Tom Brush.
Hey. So, Tom, I didn't tell you this, but Saturday's awkward for me. I usually have a routine in the morning, and I got up a little late this morning. So my back porch, which isn't closed, probably is a balmy 35 degrees right now. I've got the heater running. I'm amazed you can't see my breath. When I first came out here at 7:15, I could see my breath, and I was trying to figure things out. I hooked up a second heater, and it blew a fuse. So, yeah. It's a 90-year-old house, so you got to go with these things.
It happens.
So, yeah. So I've got a little heater, and as we were starting this, I'm like, what was I thinking? Why didn't we do this another way?
You wanted to do it live. So I was like, I'll do it live. I'm all right with that.
Would have been easier to change clothes.
Fair enough. Well, happy Saturday morning, everyone. I hope that you are doing well. That's Bob Graham, and I'm Tom Brush, here for our next edition of today's Antidote, where we try to help people find that one thing, whether they use it today, maybe they'll use it tomorrow or next week or next month or next year. We try to provide that one thing. And one of the things that we've really tried to encourage people to do is we have our own opinion based on what we talk about what that one thing is. But we would also love to hear yours, because we know that's what's real for you is probably a little bit different than what's real for us. And so we believe that not only can we learn, but that others can learn from what you have to share as well. So please put it in the comments as you're going through. If you pick up what's your one thing, that'd be great. So Bob, all week we were talking about uncertainty, and it came about oddly, I think. You know, we had another topic, we had another idea, and sort of the first thing Monday, both of us were kind of like, yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do this week, or what do I do today? It's a new year, all the things that have happened. It's coming off of a holiday. And so I definitely was uncertain about what the week looks like. I didn't have a ton of meetings scheduled. It was just going to be odd. Even though I had a pretty clear idea of where I wanted to be. Even you and I had talked about, like, okay, what are our goals for the end of the year? But sometimes I think it's trying to take that first step is hard and uncertain. And sometimes it can lead to overwhelm. And so I thought that it was a good week for us to have that discussion, because I have a feeling others were feeling the same way.
Well, that's the thing I learned this week, Tom. I didn't realize. I honestly, Monday morning when I brought this up with you before our program, I thought I was sharing with you something that was unique to me. And when you said, no, I'm a little uncertain today too, the light bulb went off. And that's what led to our whole, this is our topic for the week. What I didn't expect was by midday Monday, 4 or 5 people who had listened were like, dude, what a great topic. Wow, yeah, I feel the same way. And all week I've been getting people interacting with me going, yeah, I really felt that. So with you on this. Thank you for bringing this up. And I think that's the thing I'm going to take from this week is everyone has uncertainty. And it's not just like you're uncertain on a Tuesday and it disappears. It's like you have moments of uncertainty throughout your day. And those of us who have done it more find ways to overcome it. It's always there.
Sure.
It's the thing you almost have to keep patting down and be like, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, get out of my way.
Well, and I think that's why Monday's topic, just to acknowledge that it's okay to have uncertainty. There are so many things going on in our lives and our work and what we do. It's hard to be certain about that. And we talked then Tuesday about the internal challenges and why those bring up uncertainty, we talked a little bit about how to deal with it on Wednesday, and our sort of path with this show, the Ring of Renegades, the Renegade Success Network. We weren't certain about any of those. All we knew is that we had to do something, and we took a step, which allowed us to become more comfortable. And as we went along, there was less uncertainty as we moved through the process, and
do
then.
Do you really think there's less uncertainty, Tom? Or is there more things that we've done that have aligned with what we're trying to do? So the uncertainty, we're building this reserve of, well, we did this worked. We did this worked. We did that. I can remember us thinking this program would last a week. I don't think either of us thought we'd be at this point. And now I'm certain about this program, that we need to do it each day, so much so that I wanted to do it today. I'm not certain about what the topic will be in a week or in a month. I don't know what it will look like. But for all I know, we might move it to 8 p.m. one day. If we find it, just because you and I are trying to be very strategic about not locking ourselves into it's our way or the highway. If 100 people told us that it would be better at 8 p.m., I know exactly what we'd do. There's no doubt in my mind. Because as we got to later in the week, following what your audience is looking for, what is it that you're trying to do to help your audience? What guides you and me is we have an idea, okay, how does this affect the people we're trying to serve? What time should we do the networking events? We have one coming up Tuesday at 8:30. We didn't pull that time out of our hat. We asked people, what's the best time of the day to have a networking event? First time was 8:30 in the morning. Okay, great. Second time was 4 in the afternoon. So we built two and did one at 8:30 and the other at 4 p.m. How was that for a nice subtle networking?
That was a nice segue. Since you did that, I'll pull that up. If you are looking, if you're uncertain about your audience or anything else, join us Tuesday morning, January 12th at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time for our next networking event. They will happen every second Tuesday of the month on Tuesday. Yes, every second Tuesday of the month and every fourth Thursday. As you mentioned, the Thursday ones will be at 4 p.m. in the afternoon, Eastern time.
And we've got some people already saying they're coming. So it's a good crowd already. I'm just looking at the list right now. We've got some old friends and we've got some new friends, Tom. So I'm excited. And what's great about it for me is we get to meet people and we don't do the hi, I'm Bob and this is my company and blah, blah, blah. I'm looking for this. We go beyond that. So you actually start to develop friendships with people that lead to discussions around business. And I love the last couple of times we've done this, we've had people who have gotten together during the meeting because we ask them afterwards, hey, how was it? Oh, this is, I'm looking forward to following up. And we have some people doing business together because of these things. So this is not just networking to check the box. This is networking to make it happen, to grow your business. So if you're serious about growing your business, this is an opportunity to get in front of people. Most of these people are like-minded. They're renegades. They're carving their own path. So you have that in common with them right out of the gate. Where else can you go and get people who are admitting to the world that I'm not absolutely certain and I'm trying to create this thing that's uniquely my own?
Right. So as we hope we will see you on Tuesday. If you have any questions, message us in the group. That'd be great. So Bob, as you look back over the week, what would be the one thing you took away?
I think it's really that we all have uncertainty and that it crops up more often than I thought. That was the other thing. And talking to people, one, they were admitting, yeah, I have moments of uncertainty, but then they were also saying, it's not like it's only there on Monday morning. It just keeps cropping up. And I think even some people I talked to this week about uncertainty that I would have thought would have said, no, I know exactly what I'm doing. I've done this thing for 15, 20 years and it works really well. They still have uncertainty because they don't know what's coming in the future. They don't know how their customer might change. They don't know how technology might change. They don't know how the marketplace could change. And so even if you think you're completely certain right now, and you're going, this whole thing about uncertainty makes no sense, watch out, because things will change.
Right. Well, I think one of the things I shared, that was usually the times when you're certain are the times that you get smacked in the face with something that you were not expecting, because you were not expecting it. You were like, oh no, I got this. It's all good. And then your car breaks down, or a client that you've had for forever decides that they want to do something different.
Or you're sitting on 250 kazoos.
Or you're sitting on 250 kazoos. That is another thing that might cause you to be like, thought I had this all figured out. Now we're not in person anymore. What am I going to do with these things that aren't wrapped? You know what you need to do with those? I was thinking about this. You need to
sanitize them and wrap them.
Correct.
I did a test of that with a group of 5 people, and they were like, no. They didn't. I just put them in Ziploc bags and had cleaned them. No.
What if you put them in Ziploc bags with a wipe, or a little thing of, what if you order hand sanitizers, little hand sanitizers, you put them in, bam, there you go.
Ooh, with some branding.
Maybe that gives you a little more certainty about that decision.
Well, and here's the great thing about that, Tom. We just took something where I was completely furious with myself for doing. I bought 2, and for those of you who don't know, let me take you back. I used to do an activity when I spoke where I would hand out kazoos, and we'd do an activity with kazoos. They're plastic branded kazoos. I bought 250 more of them, I think late December of last year, because I remember I was trying to spend down some money. Get them early January, got events in February, March, April, May, all set to go. They're going to get used. Events get canceled because of the pandemic, and now I have the kazoos. What I like about what we're discussing right now is we take this area of frustration and you start, hey, wait, I hadn't thought about the idea of a wipe. It's so simple, so incredibly simple that it's embarrassing to me that I didn't think about that. And this is where I think we get into trouble with our business. I'm so emotionally frustrated by my decision to buy those kazoos that I can't see my way out of that frustration. I'm not looking, even though I think I'm looking for a solution, my solution is throw them in the dumpster, give them to kids who don't care or something. I'm not thinking about your approach to it of, hey, dude, all you got to do is show people that they're sanitized, give them a wipe, give them a hand sanitizer, throw it in a Ziploc bag, and you're done. That is exactly what coaching looks like. If you've ever wondered what the solution sessions are, it's exactly what Tom just did with me. I shared with him a problem, and he looked outside of it and said, hey, what are you trying to do? Have you thought of this? Notice, Tom didn't tell me what to do. Tom didn't say, if you don't do this thing, you're a knucklehead. He just said, hey, I got something for you. Have you thought about? And now I have this whole renewed sense. I feel better. I can tell my tone is even better because we were talking about something that really embarrassed me. And now I'm like, I see opportunity.
Although you've lost the opportunity to talk about your kazoos and your challenge with your kazoos now. So that's out the window. But it's interesting. That was, that's the thing I took away from this week was when we allow uncertainty to fester in our head, that's when we get overwhelmed and stuck. It's when we're willing to admit, because we understand that other people deal with it as well, that we are uncertain. We have the opportunity to gain knowledge, experience, and perspective from someone else. I did an exercise this week. So getting it out of your head to me is my one thing. And whether that's with someone else, like we just did, or on paper, just putting it down, it allows you to look at it differently. So I did an exercise this week with my coach in my coaching group. She asked us to write down our 3 big rocks for our business. Initially, I was like, rocks? What is she talking about? And really, she was saying, those are the things that you go back to. If you're not sure, if you're uncertain about what you're doing, go back to, does it fall within one of these 3 big rocks? And then you can fill in other things with sand and dirt and little pebbles, and that will make up your year. And so that was clear. So I started writing them down. And the first 2 were easy, simple for me to put out. One was our Renegade Success Network that included all the things that we're doing. And the other was this work with an association, because I have a good referral relationship with them. And it's been great to be with them. And then my third one was speaking on stages. And I liked it, but I didn't like it. One, I thought it would give me more visibility. I have a chance to share my message. I like being on the stage and talking with people, presenting. But I was like, I don't know. That doesn't seem enough. And as things transcribed throughout the week or came across throughout the week, I was like, it needs to be more. If we've spent 10 months, 11 months talking about developing a message. I want to do more. And so it came to like, well, maybe, I know that you've been writing this book, The Renegade Way, and that I've been thinking about, but really kind of in the recesses of my mind, writing a book myself. And it came to me as like, you know what? This is a message that needs to get out there about what it means to be a real renegade. And that solidified that I changed my third rock. That it wasn't speaking on stages. It was getting my message out broadly to help others. And I think I would have never come up with that if I hadn't written it out and started to think about it a little bit differently. So I would go back to my one thing is, if you are feeling uncertain, don't let it fester in your head. Get it out of your head so you now take a different perspective on what it looks like. And obviously, as people saw, what we just did with Bob to help that out was helpful, right?
Oh, absolutely. And Tom, I want to tell you the best news of the week. While you were telling that story, I decided to go to Periscope and figure out if we are actually on there live. We are on live right now on Periscope. The
Awesome.
masses on Periscope are paying attention to us. Thousands of people on Periscope are hanging on to our every word right this second, Tom. So I don't want you to feel more uncertainty, more pressure, but we are rocking and rolling on Periscope. And I see most of our other episodes too. We talked a couple of days ago about Periscope. And so if I sounded negative towards Periscope, I apologize. You Periscope people, you rule. You rock, you roll, you are valuable conduits to our message and getting the word out there. So hopefully you are getting something valuable from this. And with that, Tom, we should probably wrap up. Eh?
I think that's a good idea. It's let people get on with their weekend. If you
Go Bills, right?
Go Bills. Big game
Go
today.
Ravens.
We'll see. Go Ravens. Go whatever team you're supporting for, unless it's the Colts. Then you can't go them.
Or Tennessee.
Anyhow, if you enjoyed this conversation, or me, at least parts of it, and want to have conversations with other people who are renegades, make sure you join us in our Facebook group, The Ring of Renegades. It's a great community, a growing community of people who want to think a little bit differently, who are willing to say they don't have all the answers. They're not 100% sure. And they're also saying, I want to do it my way. I want to do it a way that fits who I am and what I'm doing. So just go to Facebook and search for Ring of Renegades. It's a private group. So you just have to ask to be invited or included, and we'll accept you. You just have to tell us why you're a renegade. And then you can become a part of this group that is growing and helping people figure out how to take their next steps along their own pathway to success. So join us there. If not, we will see you Monday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time, for our next edition of today's Antidote. We hope you will also join us on Tuesday morning at 8:30 for our networking event. And if you're really struggling with this uncertainty and you're not sure, you can sign up for a laser solution session, or we have a workshop coming up. on January 18th through the 21st that we think that will help you gain some clarity, direction, and figure out that next step. So we hope that we will see you soon. Thanks again for participating today. And here is some more information on that workshop. Have a great day, Bob. Have a great day, everyone else. We'll see you soon.
You too. Bye-bye.
What's your next destination? "2020 was a challenging year for business owners, leaders, and nonprofits. Whether it was a boom, a bust, or a pivot to something new, on December 31st we all reached a destination along our pathway. Whether you sprinted to year-end, took a much-needed break, or created new goals, intentions, or resolutions. Now it is time to chart your next destination with new knowledge, experience, and perspective. Given all that has happened this year, are you clear on what is real for your audience? What to say, how to say it, and where to say it? No matter how your year went, being clear on these things is critical. Even if you have already set long-term goals, taking the next steps can be challenging and confusing. Who can predict what things will look like in the next 3 to 6 months? Charting our next destination provides focus, clarity, and direction. On January 18th to 21st, join our workshop where we will help you identify what your audience needs, craft a message to reach them, and determine where to find them. This interactive and collaborative effort will have you ready to take your next step. Chart your next destination and your unique pathway to success.